Make way. The prime is here. Divine is here. Giving that vibe is clear.
Some people in the world today don't realize that worries don't pay. Let the people in the world today don't realize that worries don't pay. Resting the worries upon your shoulder, only bringing you older and older.
Make way. The prime is here. Divine is here. Giving that vibe is clear. The woman I am today was made to serve us. Head high, I stand firm. My words hit with purpose. Like stop moving. It's been proven. Women, we're not losing. It's no illusion. You're looking at God's chosen one. So Aliga, St. Martin, you got my attention. To inspire, empower.
XM, we're taking travel and tourism to new heights. Here we boast spacious check-in areas, 10 passport control points, comfortable departure lounges, and an exciting new airport mall. Finally, there's an airport in the Caribbean that takes your travel plans as seriously as you do. Princess Juliana International Airport. The experience will move you.
And they start to jump around, and they start to tumble down, and they fall on.
We'd like to say a special welcome to all the listeners and watchers out there.
Viewers.
The viewers, listeners, we on radio too, you don't know?
Oh, yes, but watchers is something different. They don't walk around with Bibles.
Hush your mouth, I didn't introduce you yet. Of course, we like to welcome you to Politics. Politics is where we analyze the different politics that is happening on the lovely island of St. Martin. I am joined with my co-host, one of the most unfortunate times every single Tuesday that I have to go through. And I must say, first, I would like to thank his party for donating this cloth to the Politics set. It's nice and blue. And thank you, Pamela.
Clean?
I think it looked dirty. No, it clean, man.
And where you come from? The old apartment or the new one?
Cedric Ortega in the house. How are you doing, sir?
I am drinking water and minding my business.
Of course, today, there's something that we're going to do a bit different, Cedric.
Yes.
And what we're going to do is we are going to focus on the people. And who are the people? The viewers, of course. So
We don't focus on them.
we're going to focus on
We
them.
don't watch them.
We are going to do a discussion. And both parties here are going to represent two reigning parties in government. And I know you are thinking that it will be a representation of the National Alliance and the United People's Party. And you are correct. But guess where the twist comes? Cedric Ortega, ladies and gentlemen, the ugliest co-host in St. Martin, will be representing the United People's Party. I think we need to get the baby seat so that you could sit a little bit lower so that you could represent the up. And of course, I will be representing the longest political party, the oldest, one of the oldest ones now in government, and that is, of course, the National Alliance.
Never again.
We coalition partners, so relax. So, what we're going to do is every single time when I speak, I speak on behalf of the National Alliance, and every single time that the Cedric Ortega speaks, he will speak on behalf of the United People's Party.
Folks, let me just indicate the problem with this setup off the jump for you to realize what's going on here. We're supposed to be representing you. However, we distinctly representing two political parties right here. So off the bat, we have a problem with this whole thing.
And it's just like the United People's Party to always try to circumvent and look for a way out of having a decent conversation with the people of St. Martin. So, our first topic is very
I
important,
thought we were in a coalition.
which is
here.
political.
You tried to throw me under the bus before we even started talking.
No, I'm just saying that
Let's go.
it's either, you are your own person or Theo's still controlling you. Now, the first thing we're gonna talk about is tourism, how important tourism is for St. Martin. Now, of course, I don't believe in tourism being important because we here at the National Alliance believe that the people is our tourism.
Well, the up.
Yes.
I'm just a little bit flabbergasted by that answer. Of course,
Why?
the
Because
economic
Hyson
pillar,
told me to say it.
the economic,
Hyson tell me to say it.
The economic pillar of St. Martin has and will continue to be tourism as its main pillar. Yes, we have and we know that we need to diversify within and outside of this main pillar, but we need to always maintain.
First, I think the United
and
People's Party
focus.
should remember that they don't even have, a minister of tourism, because the amount of ministers of tourism that the United People's Party went through since the governing started. But thanks to the National Alliance, all our ministers are still there. Never resigned, never went running away. But I guess the United
When you
People's
have-
Party knows better.
When you have capability and you have capacity in-house, you can rely on a minister as like Omar Atley, who is fulfilling both functions, and I must say, to great success. Ask the viewers, who out there is going to disagree that Minister Atley has been and continues to be the working minister of this coalition?
Allow me to just mention that the United People's Party have failed from the onset because they started with 4 members in parliament and now they're down to 2 members. And yet they're here talking about, the one minister that is saving them from becoming a party.
Before we got to anywhere, the destruction of this government and the hard work that we have been doing trying to hold it together started way before Christoph left your coalition, because the person you choose to lead has obviously been failing us. The reason the coalition is in crisis is because you as a party could not control your highest vote getter.
Thank God
However,
that the National Alliance continues to show leadership, because the United People's Party seems to forget that each and every single time that they have been given the opportunity to bring this country into a better way of life, they failed.
we bought you the
Because, you want to go on the
we
boardwalk,
bought you the harbor.
which is being investigated. Thank you. You want to continue? Because there's a lot that I could mention. But we are coalition partners, so we have to be nice.
Do we? You aren't playing very nice at the present moment. However, as we know, we are entering into the political season again, and this is the type of rhetoric you will hear from.
Give the National Alliance 8 seats or more so that we
not
can have
only-
our only National Alliance government and we don't have to
You
work
see,
with people.
The fact of the matter that your person has been absent from the halls of parliament is indicative in the rhetoric that you are displaying right now. Your ignorance to what has been taking place is obviously
I
on
would like to
display.
apologize for my health situation that I am going
No
through.
one-
It looks like my health
Why do
is
you-
controlled by at least something or someone, because I couldn't foreseen me getting sick. So do I apologize for being sick? Especially since the minister, who is a up minister, has continued to give me issues with SZW. But that's a different story, because the polls is going to show that the National Alliance will be successful.
Successful at what, though?
Successful.
Obviously not at governing.
How can you sit there when the National Alliance has carried your sorry ass from
Carried.
the onset?
Carried. In
Carried.
in which capacity?
Oh, in what capacity?
Public health? Your excellent handling of the pandemic by means of we having a what you call it on the French side and not on the Dutch side. There's a pandemic on the French side and not on the Dutch side. Or your all-girl power team that went on the radio and said that there was a list of people exempt from the vaccine. Your excellent handling of that situation is you leading us out of the wilderness. You shutting down the place, treating it as if it was a disaster, whereby you needed to spread people out. Your incapacity, your inability to handle the COVID issue was your greatest and shining moment. And again, Minister Otley came in and steered the ship correctly and seed us out of the problem.
2 ministers later, because of course the United People's Party didn't even have the foresight to pick a minister that could start from the beginning to the end. No, Minister Otley had to come in at the last minute to save Are You Sorry so that at least it could look like a semblance of governing. Because at the end of the day, let us not forget that the National Alliance ministers were appointed and they're still there. Your turn.
Yes, appointed and still there. However, what was the scrutiny that they faced and the reason that this coalition is in such jeopardy? Because,
Can I just
because
mention,
of your
please?
poor leadership and the poor execution.
You are the leader of the
your
United
mess-
People's Party. I am the leader of I'm not the leader of the National Alliance. There's somebody else. But we are.
Leadership, that's the discussion here.
Yeah, but the
leadership. Let us
You are two different political parties that are governing this country.
It's a coalition.
It's a coalition, correct.
So not two different political parties.
So am I
One
your leader then?
coalition.
Am I your leader?
No, you're leader of the government. And therefore, the appropriate action should have been taken, especially when the ministers in question are directly under your party. But of course, number game played out, and the ministers are still there. The holes in the road,
The reason why
the big heavy,
your minister
the big heavy
still has a
plates,
job.
the
Let's
big
not forget
heavy,
that.
the big heavy plates were covering the potholes. GB was sinking. Shall I continue?
We're working on.
You're working on?
Let me just mention.
What are you
that,
working on? The airport?
Due to
You're
our.
working on the airport? Can we?
Don't even mention the airport.
Can I take a trip this December without having to worry about being exposed?
Let's have a minister of tourism or a minister of aviation affairs, and maybe
What
then
about
we
the
could
Minister
have.
of General Affairs?
We're a shareholder of the different government companies.
Yes.
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 Okay.
Shareholder representative.
Yes, shareholder representative.
Yes. You're the leader of the country.
No,
You're the
as in
leader,
the whole entire
you-
council of ministers.
Yes, no.
And let me
And the
mention
calm- the
that
calm-
our Minister of Justice was able to complete the function book for the hard men and women in the justice
They get
field,
paid?
because we believe
They get paid.
in the
Did they
advancement
get paid?
of all
I
of
read in the newspaper, as a coalition partner, I had to read in the newspaper, everything has been assigned, approved, the money coming. Still to this day, the officers refuse to walk down Front Street 12 o'clock in protest. What about the 12.5%? What about your inability to probe
which
it
was passed and eradicated.
after the fact?
Thank you
After
so
the
much
fact.
to the support
After
that we
the fact.
received in Parliament
You know,
across party lines.
Yes, and
because
this
that is what the
across
National
party
Alliance
lines.
stands for.
Every time,
Inclusion.
every
And
time the
we
National
sometimes have to
Alliance get
include
the opportunity,
idiots who
they
continue
put
to push
my
blame when they
integrity
can't even
in
handle
jeopardy.
their own ship.
That's why I had
Get
to.
Krisha in control. Get Krisha
Rayon,
in control.
Rayon,
Why you
Rayon.
can't get Krisha in check, but yet you here want to tell the people and tell them lies again. This is why I say I
I
agree.
can't get Grisha in check because I shot it enough. Can't reach so high. Prince didn't lend me his shoes. What you want from me? I got Brown Bill and I got Carn Road. Expect me to have Grisha too? And I even got cookies, chocolate chip.
Listen to me.
What more you want?
The National Alliance has always preached
Of course you always preach.
that we will.
You will.
Can you stop? You're interrupting me, and I think it's rude. Yes, take a sip
I'm
of
drinking
water.
water and minding my business.
Yes. So what I'm saying is that
Vote for the up. Whether I am president, whether I'm elected leader of the party again or not. Okay?
also, so this is what I'm talking about. The United People's Party recently
Are you
had,
Orlando, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Recently,
Just checking.
yes, you're making sure. The United People's Party recently had an appointment of a leader, and just 3 years shy, they're already fighting inside, and this is what
Yeah,
the
but I was
visions
number five. I was
look
number-
like.
I was
this
number
is
5 on
what
the list.
You don't need St. Martin.
I was number
This
5
is
on the
why the
list.
National Alliance will continue to bring you to prosperity.
Because you're going to rely on the resilience of the people.
The resilience of the people.
You ain't going to provide jobs. You ain't going to develop the tourism product anymore. You're not going to diversify.
Give us the portfolios that the UP has failed
You
for so many
choose-
years.
Wait a
And
minute.
then we will fix all the problems of
St.
this
Martin
country.
people, what the National Alliance is telling you, do not give them the mandate again. Do not supply them with 7 seats and then complain about the ministers that they have. Do not give them the mandate. Give us back the mandate and we will supply the NA with the required ministries that they think necessary, because when they outright win the election, they still complain that we over here are choosing which ministries that they get to handle. It is completely and totally absurd, especially knowing the fact that we have but 2 ministries within this whole coalition.
And that is what I'm talking about, Sid Martin. The United People's Party
Has
hasn't
been given the mandate
they
and
haven't
the
been
opportunity
able to fill
to-
their mandate because, again, they were given 2 ministries, 2. And up to now, at this present moment, 1 minister is handling 2 portfolios. And again, it shows that the United People's
we are
Party
complying with the budget
is-
restraints.
Oh, that's what you have?
Yes, that's we
But yet you can go Palatino.
your
You can
minis-
go Palatino every month.
every month.
All I'm saying
That's
is,
point. That's not Palatino. That's Petichato. That's something different.
I'm saying that the National Alliance has proven that we
Has
stick
proven
together.
what?
We stick together.
Yes.
and
Have
we
you?
conti-
Exodus, check a movement of Ja people.
Losing Chris to now
And-
was
and-
supposed to
and-
happen.
and-
Who else left?
And
Who else left?
and
Nobody else left.
No, you're going senile. You need to get out of politics.
I think my legs hurting me. I can't think straight.
Oh, your legs are things you can't think straight.
Who else left? Nobody else left.
No. Oh, you don't even give her any credit. You don't even consider her.
Nope.
Wow. The history
Of
that
course.
the Duncan family
Oh.
has with the National
No.
Alliance. And you can
Minister
just
Duncan
dismiss.
did
you
many
could
things
just dismiss.
that the National Alliance made
You
sure.
could just dismiss a member of parliament and do as if they didn't leave the party.
We only lost Chris. I think everything else is minimal, non-mentionable.
The lack of respect for the members of his
Says
party.
the leader
The-
who
the- the
continues to try to undermine the highest vote getter in his party.
I am not
But
trying to
look at him
undermine
talking
anybody.
about
I am just short.
disrespect. This is what I'm talking
I
about.
am not trying to undermine
The
anybody. I am just
contradiction.
short.
He is
okay?
a walking contradiction.
I
And
object.
You object for
Yeah,
what?
the rules of order says that you may not approach me in this way, Article 42, sublet 4, because I study in law. Argue with me. I know. And I don't hit low, I just can't reach higher.
Okay.
Physically limited. Why are you doing that to me?
In closing, for closing remarks.
Vote for you, PP. Let me rephrase that. Vote for the United People Party. Whether you find me on the list or not, the way forward is. Let me get back to you when I decide where I find a home. I might join the National Alliance.
No, we don't want you. Okay. The National Alliance would like to continue to work in the interests of all the people, and we continue to do so with your support and your support only. I think the upcoming elections will be a sign where you get to pick the National Alliance who continues
Never
and have
again.
shown you
Never again.
real leadership through and across the board. And we have proven it by being able to stand Napoleon next to me. But I think it's time that you allow the National Alliance to have a clear mandate by itself, alone, without any type of interactions, drama that happens for no reason within his own political party. And you just come over to the right side because the right side is the best side. Melissa, we're waiting for you. Thank you. And scene. That was good. Yeah, actually was believable. I like that, Cedric.
I was trying.
I know. I did see some of the way you held back because he was like,
No, but MP Bryson, look, MP Bryson, this is exactly why I have confidence in you. You're a very intelligent young man. I know that from day one when I met you, which you know how that goes. Yep. And this is the level of discussion you need in Parliament,
That's right.
in those committees. I hope the audience and the people are listening. This is the
Parliament right here would love nothing better than to say, let's allocate 10 million guilders towards helping our issues in social needs and so on. But how are we to do that when we have all of these conditions of, well, you can't get more liquidity, you need to cut, you need to do this. Many of us feel like we're in a position where we can't fully extend our ability to legislate.
But my decision is to stay where I'm at. At the end of the day, the way that MP Rolando Bryson leads, he allows me to work. He gives me that freedom to work. It's not always a phone call of pressure or do this, do that, don't do this, and that's part of the reason that I'm able to produce.
Any of the difficulties that this government faces today, I didn't sit down, do nothing, and have my staff write press releases. No, I got up and asked myself from opposition benches, what can I do? So I read my constitution, the one I swore to uphold, which gives us the rights to bring laws, to bring amendments, interpellation rights, inquiry rights. So we asked ourselves the questions at the time, what have we done? Regardless of...
He has represented this country qua what is expected of a parliamentarian professionally, and I can align myself with that.
Simply gone through a very difficult economic time and are simply asking of the tax department an opportunity to have a payment plan. And it seems that this is really done kind of like if they feel like how you talk to them, it's extreme.
Some of them even say it's the guns on Monaco. So they won, let me play, and they blaming polio. Who they think they could fool? All we know they better do pass. Polio or no polio, man we won, we must. Mama when they hear, they go get the carnival. All masqueraders on here. Well, they didn't care if it was official, but they start turning peace on the street. And they start to jump around, and they start to tumble down, and they fall down on the ground. If you see how they came, but what was so comical in the midst of Bacchanal? Rain comes and wash out Martin Bay. Who they think they could fool? All we know they better do pass. Polio or no polio, man we won, we must. Mama when they hear, they go get the carnival. All masquerade.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais là? Qu'est-ce que tu fais là? But sorry, no sir. They got this game tonight and I can't miss it. Me and my boy, we gotta watch the game, you know. So I bringing this in. You check? Alright, let me watch your leg, girl. Watch your leg.
Sir, sorry. Why so difficult? Look, I'm watching TV here on my phone with the Tel TV Plus app. You really gotta upgrade.
Okay, so miss, tell me about the Tel TV Plus. I hear about this.
Okay, so once you apply for Tel TV Plus, you can enjoy it anytime on the go.
Anytime?
Anytime.
On the go?
On the go. You simply download the app, log into your account at any time, sit back and enjoy. You will never have to miss your match.
Yo, bus driver, take me back to tell him now, please.
Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I said to tell them, never ever worry. Don't mind how you're suffering bad. Never ever worry. What I'm saying is true.
Welcome back to the Late Night Show. We have our Member of Parliament, St. Martin's Parliament. And that is, of course, Mr. Bailani. MP Bailani. It's Siddharth. All these years, and
very
I say
simple, sweetheart, Siddharth.
Sweetheart.
It rhymes so good.
Siddharth.
Siddharth.
Cookie, right? Why Cookie? Like, how was your childhood for somebody to call you Cookie?
Well, thank you first of all, Andrew, to having me at your show, and really appreciate this.
Oh, you're welcome.
Cookie. Oh, that's right from my birth. I think people have started to call me with that name.
You like cookies?
That was one thing I never had in my childhood.
So-
I came from a very low middle class family, so all these freebies and all those cookies and ice creams were not that fond in the family in those days.
Okay.
So late in my years, yes, I've started to eat cookies and I love them. But that is from my childhood that I got this name, Cookie. And even in my school life, college life, everywhere, people used to call me Cookie. And as I landed St. Martin, they normally abbreviate your name. If it's a Siddharth, they will say Sid or something. But since I had my nickname Cookie, I continued with the same.
Okay, and then the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Now, you are a member of Parliament, right?
Yes.
For how long? For a while?
Close to 3 years now.
Yeah, okay. So you're the country representative.
Yes, sir.
Now, I have to ask. Now, of course, you are running for re-elections, I should say, for the Parliament.
Yes.
It's on Thursday. Elections already. You believe that?
Oh, very, very soon.
Soon. Why? Okay. Let me try to go back. I try to go back so that I can ask all the questions I have in my head. Because I had so much questions for you, and you never come on a late night show. How come you never come on late night?
Well, honestly,
Yes.
I am a man of work. I don't like all these shows and talks and interviews. The more I dirty my hand, I love because that makes me feel happy to serve the people. So that is what I am.
I thought you would.
Eventually,
I thought,
might be eventually with practice, I might start to face the cameras, but I am a nervous wreck on the camera.
I thought you would
One
have
of
just.
my bad qualities, but I am slowly improving on that.
I thought you would have said because I never invited you.
No, you have invited me many times.
Okay. You see, he's too honest. Okay. No.
Not many means I would say at least 2 times.
At least.
Okay.
All right. No.
Especially always when the elections are coming up.
Yeah. You know that's my favorite time. That's the season.
That's the season.
Now I have to ask Cookie. As far as the perception, at least, that you only represent Indians on St. Martin. Now we jump in straight into it. Is that true? Or tell us a little bit about the misconception, or at least the conception. I mean, I don't know if people tell you that in your face, but whenever it comes to you, when they see you, the first thing they go like, "Oh, he's only there to represent all the Indians." Is that true?
Well, very right question you have asked because I've been reading, especially on the social media, people point out those kind of
Oh,
sentiments.
don't do that to yourself.
But I do not believe in those things because let me go back in my history. I came to St. Martin '86, got involved. The first job I did was with the local company, St. Martin Motors.
Wait a minute. 86. That was the year I was born.
Now you're making me look old in front of you.
1986 is when I was born. August 31st. That's horrible. Okay.
And in the same August month, I came here.
Oh, shucks. You see? What?
All right.
This is
So,
great. Yeah, go ahead.
I started with the local company, and then eventually I joined up as the employee in my jewelry field, and which I've been working as an employee for at least 17 or 18 years. After that, I thought of opening a business. Got into as a jewelry store and other stores, being employer. So at any given time, I know the problems what employees faces. I know the problems what employers have. So I keep both of them at my heart. The other thing, after 6, the businesses are closed. But I was always fond of meeting people. So I joined many organizations around the island. First was the IMA. I got involved in the Rotary, then I got involved in the SHTA, then Chamber. What is the base of these organizations is to go to the community at large. It doesn't select a few, it is the whole island we are into. I've been going through in these communities at various causes, various helps, and then I thought, you know what is the biggest platform to serve the whole island? And that's the point where I started to think of getting into parliament. And I was asked to represent the community, to serve the community. So I would clearly say I represent the whole of St. Martin. Every island person is to my heart. Of course, Indians are there, but it's the whole island that I believe of, that I should be serving, and I do. That every time there's a discussion in parliament, I do not just side out one sector or one business community, but I just give a business angle to it. So giving a business angle doesn't mean that I just support the business community. No, I support everyone. For the right cause, I'll fight for all of them. I hope that clears that I am the man for everyone on this island, not just one set of people.
Not just Indians. Yeah.
Not just Indians.
Yes, thank you. You have to say it out, like proud, say it loud. When it comes to the budget, 2000, well, the different budgets over the years. You said you were in Parliament 3 years, so that means you saw three budgets,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
It always gets me going whenever I think about our budget, because the amount of money that passes are in our economy, but yet we have a 500,000, 500, how much?
500 million.
500 million.
Plus minus of 500.
Yeah. Budget. Guilders.
Guilders.
Which is and clearly for the 16 square miles, it's not enough.
That's true.
So give me your take, at least an assessment on what do you think on the way we do our finances, at least our budget is concerned.
Well, let me just take back some steps here. Budget is where it is come into Parliament at the final stages for approval. But before that, when the budget is at the government in the calm, the finance ministers and the other ministers have a lot of set of ideas and visions they want to include in the budgets. But always due to a certain limit, all those ideas could never materialize. So we as running candidates on any party, any slate, we all have thousands of ideas. But if there's no money for it, I don't think so any idea can materialize. So the bottom line, what I thought is 500 million plus minus the budget is not sufficient for our country's market, period. So either increase it to 550, 600, 650, go about that now. And how will you do?
I was just
Tax
about
the
to say,
people?
how?
No.
Yeah.
There's no need of taxing our people who are already suffering. There's no need to raise any taxes. We have close to 2 million tourism on the island. Let's look at different sets of laws or some kind of taxation that we can introduce that the people who are coming on the island would not feel the pinch of that $20 or $15 raised on them or $30 raised on them as an example. Even I'm just taking a figure. Don't count on me. Say if you raise $30 per tourism per person coming here, that's 2 million tourists. That's $60 million. That's over 115 million guilders. So your budget automatically from 5 to 1 to 600. You take the Ministry of Theatre. Tourism, our only pillar of the revenue generation, is only like 25, 27 million. The smallest, the shortest portfolio, but the biggest of the workload is on tourism. Why don't we take that extra money, what we get from others, put 20 million in tourism? The point will be to enhance and to expose our island all around and get more revenue for this island. The schooling might be having an issue. The teachers are not well paid. There's trouble in classrooms. Okay, invest 15 million extra over there. Why you don't see people from the justice looking for a job in that department? The only reason might be the pay scale must be too low. And during the last year, I've seen the cry of the justice people. They are here to help protect us and look at what we have done to them. For the last 10 years, we have not paid them properly, not given them the dignity what they need and plus the money, which is really a shame for us. So if at all you have extra money in the budget when we are preparing, so the wish list of every minister might be they have 20 points in their wish list. The finance minister can take, you know what, these 3, 4 look important in it. As it is, we are getting extra money. Let's support that. I think that's how the budget should be done. Every year you see the population is growing.
Yeah.
Accordingly, you have to set up the budget too.
Yeah, because that's the only one that stayed.
Yes. And investing in those ministries, I feel for education, for justice, for the infrastructure, for the ROMI, for tourism, for every angle, the money is needed. The budget has to increase. I've seen the wish list from the ministers, and not even one or two items are fulfilled from that. That's just the wish list,
Yeah.
besides what your operating
What
cost
you're already
and the
operating.
payroll is.
Yeah, yeah.
So if I break down the tourism ministry, which is 20, I think 1 year it was 24 million, 16 million was administrative cost and the payroll. So what are you left with? 7 million
Peanuts.
to promote your island?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And where we hear Aruba is spending 70 million to promote it, or 80 million to promote it. No, that's not right.
And we're falling behind.
So we need to put extra funds into that ministry to promote ourselves much better than what we are doing now.
Now, Cookie, as far as for busy seasons, like the Christmas, we just had, I wouldn't say a controversy, but I would say it was something, at least a misunderstanding or a misconception when it comes to the busy season and tourists coming to the island. Now, during Christmas time, because that's the recent example I can take from, during Christmas time, they had the 2 ships coming or 4 ships coming, and of course, most people were saying, well, it's time for the people should close down because it's time to spend with family, but at the same time, we're a tourist destination. So, give me your take when it comes to catering to tourists versus holidays, busy holidays.
Very valid point for now because it just happened in the recent past.
Yeah.
I normally would first of all say that any religion, Christianity or any other religion, everything is at heart and with proper good respect to them.
Mhm.
I do not want to link any of my judgments which are made on any religion base. What I really purely thought was from the angle of a economic
Standpoint, yeah.
standpoint.
Okay.
So looking at 4 or 5 ships coming that day, which is 20,000 people, our budget, which is in deficit currently, we are spending now 400 or 500,000 for this election. If we could have just left that door open on that day for the Christmas, the government would have generated easily 500,000 guilders, which is purely the election cost. So it is really with 1 day opening that could have just settled up.
Yeah.
Other thing, I'm not against opening on Christmas. I've been here from '86. We never ever demanded to open what I remember. Ships were always there from '86 on till now. Christmas Day, we always have 1, 2, 3, 4 ships. But when things are good, we also enjoy that holiday. We also want people to enjoy, relax, go worship, do everything. But when things are bad, and looking at a perspective from a TIAT ministry, I would have taken the opportunity at least to give the businesses who are hand to mouth to survive, who really want that day's money,
yeah.
income to come in and at least feed the family. Those days are gone when I had like 25 good days in a month and 5 bad days. Now things are like 5 good days and 25 bad days. So for people who are in those problems, I think it should have been open. Other thing, let's make it a point. Let's come up with a policy. Close means close everywhere. Don't look left, don't look right.
Yeah.
Everyone who is working on Christmas also would love to enjoy that.
Yeah.
So for that, what you need to do, get on to the cruise lines, negotiate with them, and make it a point that on 25th, do not send any cruise ships to St. Martin.
Yeah.
1 year prior, you can make that deal with the cruise lines, and they have to adopt that.
Respect it,
How many we have? 2 or 3 days which we really are closed on: Good Friday, Christmas Day, November 11th. It's not a lot of days. 3 days. Everyone would enjoy that. But at least they do not have that feeling, oh, he got to make some money, but I did not get the chance to make that money.
Yeah.
And that's not fair. I hope that is clear about it.
It is.
So nothing with the religious aspect, only with the TR. I would like to make that point clear.
And policy. It should,
And it should be a policy. Make a policy.
Okay, because that's one of the points I said.
Yes.
It was which is 1 year we open, next year we're not. The year after
Yes,
we
yeah,
open.
yeah. I heard that
Yeah.
about that point. Yeah.
So it's like if you have a policy, we know okay,
Yeah.
every 25th we're closed.
We close.
We won't even think about it. Let's not even discuss it.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Cookie. Now you also part of Rotary,
Yes.
and how long?
15, 16, I think 16 years now.
So you've seen a lot
And
of
in
things.
Rotary, I think I don't need to even open that chapter. Most of people know what Rotary does.
Yeah.
Around the island, around the Caribbean.
You guys are the
around
angels of the
world.
island.
Rotary is one big family of
Yeah.
1.2 million people.
Yeah.
And I think it's quite a lot, and in about 168 countries.
Mhm.
So anywhere I go, I could see a Rotary friend, and that is right away a family. I just have to write an email, which part I'll be, and one of the person out there will raise his hand to help me.
Well, that's all.
Not even knowing me, just knowing that he's a Rotarian.
That's-
Yeah, but
that's
that's
good
one of
enough.
the principles in Rotary we work with.
Oh.
And we really go into the community in depth to really feel the people, and wherever we can help them, we surely take that part and help it.
I feel no, but I've always respected service clubs because they don't boast.
Yeah,
They don't show off.
that's true.
They don't.
That's very much
They don't
right.
make a press release out of every single thing, and especially when it comes to poverty.
Yes.
And I wanted to ask, as far as poverty is concerned, do we have, some people say that St. Martin is, because you don't see it, we don't have it. But we do have it, right?
Of course.
And you being also part of the Rotary, you see it for yourself. So is it a misconception when it comes to poverty, the way we see it, or can we do a little bit more when it comes to that, Cookie?
Well, I believe in most of the countries, poverty do exist.
Yeah.
Some are.
No, I mean it
is there.
It's there.
It's there. Obviously, in St. Martin, I might not have seen it as just an individual, but when I joined Rotary, I could really feel that way.
Okay.
I could really see that we have some places where it's really very low.
Really low.
So for that, I also believe that the minimum wage is sometimes not adjusted properly according to the cost of living. So that is the job of the government and the parliament to work on it, and I would support anyone because I believe myself as a team player. So if anyone is championing on that, I would surely sit with them in the discussions and make sure that I give my 2 cents.
People would, the first thing people would say, because, you're such a nice guy, they would probably go like, man, Cookie wouldn't, he wouldn't want to do anything with a minimum wage.
Of course.
You see,
I
it
have
shows
to-
that you're human, It's like, they think
At
that you're
least-
a
at
worker.
least I would say that,
Uh-huh.
that every human being on this planet should have 2 or 3 proper meals, a home to live into, and proper clothes to wear on. That's at least the basic need for every human being.
You surprised me, Cookie. I mean, you never thought
No,
like that.
that's been instinct from my dad.
Uh-huh.
If I know, might be I just know 5% of the things what my dad has done in the community. Because he was a silent donor. I never knew that. But now, after he passed away in 2014, I have people coming and telling me about what he was doing. And literally a lot of them have shocked me in my life. Shocked me.
Because you had no idea.
I had no idea the way he was conducting his services.
Okay. You on a list again. You on the same list. So no ship jumping for you.
No. I try to be focused on one person, one party line. I try to keep it to where I would love to belong. And
But
of course,
you would look good. You would look good on National Alliance, man, Cookie.
of course, I would look good on any party.
Give it up.
If I have my honesty and my trueness with me, any party would love to have me. That's not a problem.
He's a good politician, boy. That's the best answer I ever hear. Okay, good.
It's not the best answer. It's the answer that I know because I've been approached from all the directions. That's why I said.
That's why you said it. Okay. Now, you are the United People's Party, this time with a new leader, but you still believe the party has your core values.
Yes.
Okay. All right. What number are you, Cookie?
Number 7 on the up party slip.
Number 7. Why vote for, do not look for Cookie. Cookie will not be on the list. It will be
Vigilani Siddharth.
So Cookie, the name Cookie will not be there.
You first really shocked me. Cookie will not be on the list. And I was like,
you was like, what? I won't? Why vote for Cookie?
For the trueness, for the teamwork, for the involvement, for the looking at business angle for every element that we are discussing in Parliament. A touch of that business angle is needed. And the integrity part, the transparency part, everything is at my heart. And if I undertake any work, I make sure I fulfill everything in it. So, just my humble request that please go out and vote. Vote your conscience and make sure you vote on the right number. No matter who it is, who you believe in, but just do not stay home. The day when January 9th come up, it's from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m., which is 12 hours. Please go out and vote.
For who, Cookie? For who? You gotta say it again.
People who would love to vote me, please vote number 7 on the up party slate.
Cookie, thank you so much for coming. It was always it was nice. This time it's a good conversation we had on camera. Usually we have good conversations off camera.
Thank you so much for having me here again, and I think I've gained a lot of confidence in this.
In this?
So this might be just the beginning. You might see me more on your show now.
You see Cookie coming and co-host the show with me, no problem. Late night show with Aaron Dick. We'll be right back.
I can't understand.